Here are the 3 things that you need to know from last week's update around Prime Day. My name is Hamza and I'm the founder and CEO of e-Commet. I help brands scale profitably across Amazon and Walmart. So the 3 things that I want to break down, just so that you're not missing out on anything. The first thing is about the pricing rule. So when it comes to pricing, it has to be 5% lower than your lowest price given in, let's say, the last 30 days. So for example, if you have run a deal, promo, coupon, or a strike through price or anything in the last 30 days, let's say from £40 you gave a discount for up to £35, that 5% discount will be from that £35. So if your margins are tight, make sure that you're planning ahead so that you don't get caught off guard around that and end up being unprofitable. Also, you need to keep in mind PPC costs are going to be more expensive during this period, so you need to keep that into account as well. So the second thing that I wanted to discuss is about the fees. So it's slightly different for the different marketplaces. So for Italy, I think it's a little bit cheaper, and France, UK is a little bit more expensive. So they've got different thresholds. But as an example, if you're selling in the UK, to run the deal, there's a £12 upfront cost, and then it takes a 0.75% charge on the sale. However, the sales are capped at £600, and I think France, Italy are capped at around €300. So the more volume you do, the better it is, obviously. So I think after you cap out at around 80k, the fee caps out at £600. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is if you submit the deal before April 30th, you are going to get 30% off from that upfront fee. So I know that's not a lot, but it's definitely going to help. So keep that in mind and you can start submitting your deals, etc. now. The third thing that I wanted to talk about was the inventory deadlines. To make sure that you don't go out of stock, send your inventory across before June 5th. That doesn't mean create the shipment on June 5th or it's in transit. It needs to be received by June 5th so that it can be available for sale during Prime Day is going to be probably the last week of June. So get prepared, get ahead of the game, and reach out if you have any questions or want any guidance on how we prepare internally for Prime Day for our brands.